Welcome back to the Arbitress YouTube channel. Today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful necktie, also known as bikini bra. It's very comfortable to wear because there's an elastic here which makes it comfortable for the wearer, and this is what it looks like at the back. You just tie it at the neck. It's very cute and sexy. So if this is what you would like to learn, kindly stay tuned and watch this tutorial till the end. Thank you. So the first thing I want to cut is the bodice of the bra, and to do this we're going to be putting our fabric on fold in a triangular form like this. I hope you understand. This is the fabric. You just bring it from either this side or the other side, and then you fold it in a triangular form. Okay, so once it is folded like this, I'm going to take I'm going to trim this off because it's not straight. So remember, this is the selvage and it is straight. I'm going to use that to get a straight line. So now from my starting point here, I'm going to measure 8.5 inches. Okay, and I will do that all around 8.5. Once I have that, I'm just going to connect it like this, and then I'll cut it out. And once I cut it out, I can easily trim this so that it can also be straight, just like the selvage. So once I have it, this is what it looks like when it is opened. So I'm going to be cutting 4 of this. Okay, so I have 4 of this now. One is going to serve as lining, while the other one is going to serve as the main fabric for each of them. So it's going to be in this form. So now the sharp edge up here, I'm just going to trim it off a bit so that I can pass my necktie through it. For the necktie, I cut a fabric of 1 inch width and the length of around 22 inches. Okay, a length of 24 inches and the width of 1 inch. So I just folded it into 2, then I sew it and turned it out to half, something like this. So I have 2 of these for each of the neckline, and then like I said, I'm going to bring this together now because we're going to be passing the rope around here. So I'll trim off this sharp edge a bit like that. So now to pass my rope, I'm going to take 1 of each and then put it inside like this. And this is right side facing right side. Then if I put it inside in between, I'm going to close it up like this. And then I'll take it to the sewing machine and then run a stitch from here like this up to this place and then back to this place, leaving just this hemline to turn it out. I'll do this for both of them. Okay, so I've gone ahead to sew it like I said, and when I turn it out, this is what we are going to have. Okay, for each one of them, this is the first one and this is the second one. But remember that our breast is not so flat like this, so I'm going to be trying to create like a contour for the bust. Okay, and to do this, I'm just going to put this fabric on fold like this, and after putting it on fold, I'll take my tape rule and then I'll measure 3 inches upward like this at the midpoint. Okay, and then here I'm going to measure 1.5 inches on fold, and then I'm going to take it like this, like I want to take a dart. Okay, so now I'm going to fold the other one also so that I can cut them together. You arrange it well, then put it on fold. So after doing this, I'll place them on each other and then cut out my dart. I'm cutting it out because it's quite big, so I don't want to just take it like that, so that it will not be puffy. So now I've cut this out, and when I cut it out, you can see just like you're taking it out. So now I take this to the sewing machine now, and then sew it independently. You can sew it by just placing them on each other and sew, but I don't want my sewing seam line to be showing, so I'll sew them separately so that I can conceal the rough edges inside. Okay, so I've sewn up the dart now, and you can see that it has created some form of contour. So when you are sewing it, just be mindful that you don't make it too pointy. Okay, so this is for the first one, and this is for the second one. So now that we have this, the next thing now is to join the two together so that they can be just in one piece. So I'll take it now and then take it to the sewing machine, and then just sew it down. From down here, you can just sew like, let's say 2 inches is okay, or 2.5 inches. We don't want the bust to be showing too much, just sew it up like that. Okay, so I've gone ahead to sew it. I hope you can see it. I just sew it like this, and then they are all together now. So the last thing to do now is to bring in a strap so that it can go around the underbust. So the measurement you need for this is your underbust measurement, and then you add maybe a few inches depending on how free you want it to be. So for me now, I'm using a width of 2 inches on fold. So it means if it's not on fold, it's going to be 4 inches if it's not on fold. Then I put it together, and then I run a stitch straight like this. So after running my stitch, I'm going to turn it out to the right side. Okay, so after turning it out, this is what we have. The length I'm using for this is 36 inches, but like I said, you just need to measure around the underbust and add few inches. So the extra inches that we are adding, we're going to be using this elastic to gather it. So I cut an elastic band of 24 inches, and then I'm going to be passing it through this. Okay, so after passing the elastic, I just took it to the sewing machine, and then I used the stitch there to hold it together. So this is what we have. You can see it has formed like scrunchie for us. So now the next thing is to sew it to the bra like this. So in sewing it, you can either sew it in a way that you have your scrunchie also formed in front, or you can just drag the excess fabric away, then you sew the front like this. That will be this flat, and then all your scrunchie forms at the back. Okay, but before I passed my elastic through it, I already noted my center front here. By just folding my fabric into two, I noticed the center front, and then I folded this into two again to note the side front, and then I marked it. Okay, so now I'm going to be matching the center front to the center here. I'm just going to place it over. Before you do this, you may want to serge this side so that it will be neatly finished. Then I'm going to place this over this now, and then match it with the side, match it with the side on this side also. I'm going to sew it, and then at the back I'm going to close my back together by sewing it. Remember, this is a selvage, so it's not going to frill. So you can either sew it together like this, or you can just sandwich it inside and then give it a stitch if you don't want your seam to be showing. Okay, so this is it. It has been sewn together. You can see that it stretches to any length you want. This is the back, and this is the front. So now I'm going to take it to the mannequin so that we will see what it looks like on the mannequin. Okay, so this is the necktie bra on the mannequin. I can see it is very simple, and it has a full coverage up to the sides. Very simple to make, and this is the tying part. So this is what it looks like on the back. Okay, you just tie it at the neck with the 2 ropes that we attached to it. So if this has been helpful to you, kindly leave a comment. Let us know in the comment section give this a try and let's see what challenges we come up with. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. We really appreciate you. See you in the next one. Bye.